Two girls were walking down the stairs, chatting with each other, when a guy was standing ahead with a bouquet in his hand. Seeing him, Chien smiled and said, "Honey, you're here." The guy happily replied, "I've been waiting for you," handing her the flowers. "I brought these for you." His wife took the flowers politely and said, "Thank you." Then, introducing her friend calmly, she said, "Honey, I want to introduce you to my friend. She's my colleague. Her name is Ming Ming." The guy respectfully greeted her. Ming Ming cheerfully said, "Chien, your husband is so handsome and charming." The guy smiled back, giving a friendly response. Ming Ming, surprised, added, "And such an expensive car too?" The guy touched the car and seriously said, "Yes, it's mine." Chien confidently said, "Honey, Ming Ming's house is on our way. Why don't we drop her off since her car didn't come today?" The guy smiled and said, "Sure, get in the car." Ming Ming got excited to hear this. The three of them got ready to sit in their respective seats. When they reached the other side, Chien opened the back door of the car and said, "Ming Ming, come sit here." Ming Ming, a little stubborn, said, "Ting Ting, I feel dizzy today, and I get car sick. I'll sit in the front. You go sit in the back." Chien didn't like this, but she quietly moved to the back seat, while Ming Ming happily sat in the front. The guy became uneasy seeing Chien sit in the back. Ming Ming boastfully said, "Chien, your car is so messy. There isn't even a tissue paper." Looking around in the car, Chien said, "Tissue? You're right, there isn't any." Ming Ming said, "Chien, can you go get a pack of tissues for me?" Chien replied, "Okay, I'll get it." Seeing this, the guy seriously said, "Wait a second, honey." Chien stopped. The guy smiled and said, "Look, I have tissue paper," and handed it to Ming Ming. Ming Ming took it with a slight smile and, using it, said loudly, "Oh, Chien, I suddenly feel really thirsty. Can you get me a bottle of water?" Chien smiled and said, "Sure, I'll bring it right away," and walked off. The guy watched silently but seriously. Ming Ming, smiling, took off her coat and adjusted her hair, saying, "It's really hot today." Then she said, "I've often heard Chien talk about you. Seeing you today, you really are dignified and handsome." In a softer tone, she added, "How long have you and Chien been together?" The guy said seriously, "We've been married for 7 years. Why do you ask?" Ming Ming sarcastically said, "7 years? Experts say that after 7 years, couples start drifting apart. Maybe it's time for you two to separate." The guy frowned, annoyed by this comment. Ming Ming continued, "Besides, Chien seems like she spends too much. She doesn't really care about you. I've also heard you run a big company. How much do you earn in a year?" The guy, serious, said, "On average, I make a good amount per year." "Why?" Ming Ming, smiling, said, "A successful and responsible man like you is every woman's dream partner." Then she added, "You're so handsome and accomplished. Chien is really lucky. And I, even though I'm young and beautiful, I only seem to meet the wrong people." Pulling out her phone, she said, "Why don't we exchange numbers and become friends?" She tried to grab his arm. The guy immediately pulled his arm back and said loudly, "No need. If you need anything, talk to Chien." Ming Ming, upset, said, "Don't you know everything about Chien?" She continued, "She doesn't have a good reputation at work and meets different people." The guy sharply interrupted, "Enough. Chien is my wife, and I know her better than anyone. You're just her friend. How can you know her better than me?" Ming Ming yelled, "You don't know her. She meets other guys secretly and gives them expensive gifts." The guy angrily said, "Mind your words or there will be consequences. My wife is loved by me and my family, so what's your problem? And why do men work hard? To give their wife a good life. I don't listen to girls like you spreading doubt." Then he said, "Look at yourself first. My wife trusted you as a friend, and you're speaking badly about her." Ming Ming, softly, "I was only trying to look out for you." The guy, seriously, "We know everything that's going on. My wife respected you and you talked against her. You don't deserve to sit in my car. Get out." Ming Ming, stubbornly, "I won't get out. I'll do something so she leaves you herself. I'll tell her you asked me for your number." The guy sharply said, "Stop. This is not acceptable. I'll make it clear. My car has cameras. Everything is being recorded." He got out, went to the other side, opened the door, and then helped Ming Ming out, even handing her coat back. At that moment, Chien returned. The guy immediately helped Chien into the car. Chien watched everything in surprise. The guy, seriously, said, "Your behavior was completely inappropriate. Being a girl and accusing another girl while trying to interfere in her life is unacceptable. It's people with this kind of jealousy who ruin other people's relationships." Friends, what do you think about this girl? Share your thoughts in the comments. Thank you.